Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. I guess I should post, shouldn't I, that we are live. That might help us out. How's everybody been today? For me, everybody say cheese. It has been a pretty nice Sunday. It has not been super productive, I will say, but I am fine with that. So I finished the last of my edits for Shade of the Shadowland. I finished that this morning, which was super exciting. So now, just now, I imported the draft into Vellum, which is the formatting software that I use. That's where I do all my formatting for my books. That's how the inside looks the way it does with the chapter headers and whatnot. So I have just imported that there. And so now I am going to finish customizing it all. So that's what I'm working on for this stream tonight. All righty. Click to join live. And then we'll be rocking and rolling. We are live on YouTube for some writing sprints. Okay, normally I do this part before we even go live, but didn't think about that. Did not plan that out super well. My brain has been all kinds of scattered this week. Really, the last 2 weeks, I've had a really tough time mentally, not gonna lie. Trying to juggle too many things, I think, and it's all just kind of caught up with me. So, not the best, but we're managing. Phoebes is here. Hello, Phoebes Vlogs. Oh, how exciting. I am very excited. I also got the cover back from my cover designer. I need to confirm with her, but I think we have the ebook version for book 2. I think that's finalized. So really excited because now I'm in planning and prep mode because we'll be doing that cover reveal very, very soon. So excited for that. What else? Let me think. What else do I have going on? Thankfully, this week should be pretty low key on my end. Our work day looks different, a little different this week because we're doing all of the state testing, state mandated tests going on this week. So my work day looks quite a bit different than normal. So kind of happy for that. A little bit of a break so I can get all of my stuff put together, I'm hoping. So we'll see. All right. It's been a while since I've played around in I don't need that anymore. It's been a while since I've played around in Vellum and edited in here, but I am excited. It'll be super fun. This part of the process, doing the interior, doesn't take me very long, especially since I'm using this exact same format as I did for book 1. So for me, it'll just be a lot of like continuity things. I have to put in my page break that I made the last time around, but it should be pretty easy to put this together. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get all of it completed and just have to do some tweaking. That way I can do all of that tonight and I can be back to writing book 3 very, very soon. I cannot wait to share the title of that with you guys. That is also coming super soon. That and the cover reveal, and then pre-orders are going up. Oh my gosh, it's all coming together super fast. All right, welcome, Jen. You are not that late at all. I'm glad to see you. What's everyone drinking tonight? I got iced coffee. I just have water tonight. My throat is not feeling super great. And where I am, I live in the plains, so it's super windy right now. We had gusts that were like 70 miles an hour this last week. And since everything's flat, it just blows through. And so everyone's allergies are all messed up. So I'm still playing catch up. So I just have water tonight. Jessica's here. Hello, Jessica. Goodness, that is exciting. I'm hoping to have my cover reveal next week, like around the 11th. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait, Jen. I'm so excited. I've seen some of the early stuff that you shared with me, and I cannot wait to see how it all turned out. Hello, finally. Glad to be here. Hello, Tyler. It's been a little while since I've chatted with you. What are you working on this evening? Water for me. All right, Jessica, what are you working on tonight? Okay, let me... Yeah, that's okay. Oh, well, I guess that works. Okay, so I do need to add some pages to this. There are certain things that I wait to do until I load the document into Vellum, things that like images. So adding like other books by and the author page, I add those when I put it in Vellum. So those will be the big things for me tonight. Jessica asks, plans for Camp Nano. My plan is really just to finish off book 3. I'm definitely like a third of the way in for sure. This one's going to be a lot thicker, I think, than the other 2. Guardians of the Sixth Gate and Shade of the Shadowlands are like pages apart from each other. They're basically the same length. I'm finding as I put everything together, I think it's going to be about the same page count for book 1 and 2, but I think book 3 is going to be a lot longer. So I had planned to do all of it in March, but because it's turning into a bigger project, I'm going to have to finish it up in April. So that's the only thing that I have planned for Camp NaNoWriMo. Does anyone else have goals for that? I did Camp NaNoWriMo July last year. That was fun, but I haven't done April before. Editing draft 1. My goal is to finish editing it for camp. Ooh, that'd be good. That's what I like about the Camp NaNoWriMo, because you can it's a little more flexible. You can set your goals a little bit more customized than the November NaNoWriMo. And I don't think that falls at the best time. At least it doesn't for me. I wish it fell at a little bit of a different time. November is just so busy for me. But the camps fall at a pretty good time. So maybe I will, well, I don't know if I'll be drafting anything in July or not. I'll definitely be editing because I'm planning to release 2 books in the fall. So we'll definitely be in editing stages. The one is already written, so that won't be too bad. But the other is book 3, so I need to finish on that one. Tyler said, I'm working on my camp project, a little mystery fantasy with a romantic subplot. That sounds like my kind of book. I love fantasy romance. Love me some fantasy romance. That sounds cool. Yes, I love to hear about everybody's project. Love kombucha. Ooh. I don't think I've ever tried that. Me too. I found some lemon lavender. Oh, that does sound good though. Lemon lavender. Ooh. Smell a little funky, but they're really good. I bet it probably would. But that does sound good. Lavender is not something that I ever expect to be good in drinks, and for some reason I enjoy it. So, I don't know. There's something about it. Okay, so I think that maybe it is a good time to move into our first sprint of the night. We are going to do a 20-minute sprint as per usual. There we go. I like that view a little bit better. So we'll do 20 minutes for our first sprint. At this point, I haven't done much with Vellum. I've uploaded the document. I've deleted a couple of pages out that I don't need anymore. And so now I'm in the place where I'm going to add, before I forget, I think I'm going to go in and add my page breaks. And then I'll start adding some of that back matter, because that's really what I'm down to. And that's what I like to do in Vellum versus Word, is adding that back matter. So I think that's what I'm starting with. So we will see how much of that I can get done in 20 minutes. All right. So 1, 2, 3, sprint. All right. So I got a lot done in that 20 minutes. I got my ornamental break fixed so that it's that little tree branch. If you have the book Guardians of the Sixth Gate, my page breaks are a little tree branch. I got that in there, so that was set. I've also added all the sections that I need to for like the back matter and such. That's all in there. I just need to refine them. So that's what I was just starting to work on, was doing the author bio in the back. So on Vellum, you can put, for the Kindle version, you can put in a ton of links to things. So I was getting ready to link my social media accounts there. I didn't do this with Guardians of the Sixth Gate, and I should have, but you can also link other books in the back matter. So I have a page for my books. I'll put the arena in, I'll put the book blurb, and I'll put like a link to it. And I'll do the same for book 1. And of course, I'll do a sneak peek in the back for book 3. So really fun. And then I'll generate it, and I'm gonna do like a proof before I officially go hands off with it. But I do need to get a page count for my cover designer so that she can do the paperback specs. I think it's going to be about the same size as this, but we will see. How did everybody else do in the very first sprint? Jen said, got a little distracted by reading through the previous bits to try and reorient myself and my story. I hear ya. I'm definitely going to have to do that when I get back around to book 3. There was something I had planned to edit out with Shade of the Shadowlands. There was a little reveal that I planned to remove and put into book 3. So I was writing book 3 with that being put in there. I had already pulled that out. But after talking with my editor and taking a look again this weekend at the draft, I think that I'm going to leave it in. I pulled it out originally because I wanted to use that reveal for tension in book 3, but I think instead of tension, I think I need it for like intimacy. So I'm going to leave it in there to like build to a bonding moment instead in book 3. So that means that when I get back around to book 3 and start writing again, I'm going to have to reread some bits because it'll be easier to just go ahead and fix it now in those few places where it appears than suddenly changing and then I'm just going to fix it now while I've caught it. So Jen says, I think I only wrote 21 words. I had one of those sprints not super long ago. Awesome. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler says, I got pretty distracted too. My toddler has discovered her ear holes and has been trying to shove anything and everything in them. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, I have not had that problem with mine. Thankfully, he is ornery though. He likes to take things and hide them. So that's his thing. We've lost many a cup, bought many a cup, and then found said cup. So mine likes to hide things, but thankfully he's not shoving things in ear holes. He has put a peanut up his nose. That was a little terrifying. I knew that we could get it out, but my mom was mortified. Edited chapter 10. Woo! That's pretty good. You're already 10 chapters in. Sheesh. That's pretty good. Funnily enough, my books, at least that I've written since publishing, so since the arena, have almost all ended up about the same number of chapters, which is really interesting. Maybe I do kind of have like a formula going that I'm starting to write with, and there's something there. I don't know. But I tend to have some of this, or at least a pretty close chapter count. I do have a bigger fantasy series that does go more towards like 36 or something chapters. It's much longer. Yes. So I'm glad everybody did okay. I think we're just getting warmed up for the night. I feel really good with what I was able to accomplish in sprint number 1. What I would love to happen tonight anyway is that by the end of the night, I have finished I've finished going through Vellum and doing the interior formatting. Although I think that chapter teaser at the end, I'm going to have to look at that. Maybe I'll start looking at some of that tonight if I have the time. Because since I've changed that plot point again in book 2 and it's not in book 3 anymore, I may have to do a little bit of fine tuning and editing just for that chapter teaser at the very end. We'll have to see. But I think the next step for me is jumping in and adding all these links. I think that's where I am with this, just adding the links. But I'm glad Vellum saves all of my my theme. So when I put in all the preset and I picked the chapter headers and all of the ornamental breaks and stuff, when I picked that for Guardians of the Sixth Gate, it all stayed in Vellum and stuck. So when I uploaded Shade of the Shadowlands, it all just used the same formatting. So that was really nice. I didn't have to do, that's why I haven't had to do much. I've literally uploaded the Word document into Vellum and it pretty much appeared the same way as Guardians of the Sixth Gate. So that was fantastic. I've literally just added pages. So, what else? I think I have like 40 or something chapters in a second story. Woo! I knew you had a bunch, but aren't you writing with a couple different points of view? Because I think that changes things a little bit. I think that can lengthen things because you could be doing, sometimes when you do multiple points of views, you're using some of the same timeline. And so not that things repeat, but the same moment of time repeats. Like it could be, you could have 2 chapters that take place the same time on a Tuesday. Jen says, formatting is so fun and so frustrating the first time around, but I'm glad I know so many things now. Yes, it really is just tinkering with the program. I know that you use a different program, don't you, Jen, than Vellum? Vellum is just the first one I came across. I didn't even know that there were others similar. I just kind of followed along with some of the other authors that were showcasing what they use on YouTube. And Vellum was the one that the author I was following uses. That's what Sarah Sutton used. So I went and I got it as a Christmas gift from my mom, which was very nice of her because it is kind of expensive. So she helped me pay for that. And then it's like a one-time thing. So now I have the not subscription. Now I have the software. So thank goodness for that because that would not be fun subscription. Atticus, that's what it is. Jen says, yes, I've chosen Atticus because it's so much less expensive than Vellum. Yes, and I could use it on my work computer, a PC, if I wanted. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Vellum, I think, is mostly Mac-based, which is why it works really well for me because I can use it on Apple products. But I don't know how it would work on anything else. Most of my stuff's Apple, and so it all converts pretty easily. But Atticus is not one I've ever looked into, so I'm kind of curious to see what things they have on there because it seems like every few months or so, Vellum updates so that you can get a couple more options. You can customize things, like you can make custom headers and stick them in. I've done that for Winter Witches. I made my own custom headers. If you're a Patreon member, you've seen them because they are in Patreon with each chapter. So if you want to go read all of Winter Witches, it is there. That's already written. I'll do my read through that in the summer and then have my editor take a look at it. And with Winter Witches, I want to try, I've been kind of playing around with some software to do my own cover, and I have some ideas. So I might try and do the cover for that one and do like a test run. And if it's just horrible or too cheesy, then I will ask my cover designer, I think, to do a cover. But I have some fun ideas, and that's a skill I'd really like to get good at. So, you could cut some costs by doing some of that yourself, and it's artsy. So I think it'd be fun. It's pretty okay, a bit buggy sometimes, but I figured out all the things. Well, that's good. I really do think you kind of have to tinker with that stuff a little bit, but I like having the software. You could technically do all of the formatting in Word, but it's just a little bit less work to just upload and everything convert in one go. It saves me a lot of time. I thought about just going through on Word and doing it that way, but I was a little worried that in doing that, I would throw things off big time and something would look funky. So I just upload it and it usually goes fine for me. So I like Vellum. It is expensive though. So it is not something that I would purchase if you were not planning to publish quite a few books. So if it's something that if you're planning on publishing like a full-time thing or something you're going to do fairly often, maybe at least once or twice a year, I think it's worth it. But otherwise, I would just maybe try and do the formatting yourself. You could, man, but I hate Word. Yeah, it's not my favorite either. Word's not my favorite. I wish it was free. It's not free anymore. I had to buy the Microsoft. I had to buy all the subscription stuffs for the accounts when I got my MacBook. But it does things, it is easier to send documents that way. My editor prefers Word, and that's what she works in, and that's what everybody else that I've worked with in the past prefers. It's an industry standard, so I use Word, but I do use my Google Docs for some. I do like scene work in Google Docs. Right now, funnily enough, I'm dying to write this book. I have plans for a spin-off of this series using a character that's in book 2. It's the kind of series that you don't have to read Guardians of the Sixth Gate to read this series at all. You wouldn't need any of that backstory. It's its own thing. But if you read Guardians of the Sixth Gate and then went to read that series, the Easter eggs would be kind of fun. Like you'd already know the character. But I have been keeping like bits of dialogue on my phone for that one because I don't know. If I sit with the story idea long enough and that character, one-liners just kind of come to me. And so I've been keeping logs of them. I don't know exactly where they fit. I can imagine what the scenes would be like. I don't know how they'd fit like in the whole scope of the book, but I do have a notes document on my phone where I've been dumping those, and I have written a scene for that book. I had to because it was keeping me from working on book 3. So I had to switch gears for a little bit. It's nice having a program that does the formatting thing for you. Yes, that's what I like. Oh, like the EPUB and stuff. Yes, that's what I really like about Vellum. I just did some of that when I did my first upload and then added all the pages and the ornamental breaks. I went ahead and I generated it. And so what it does is it downloads an ebook copy, a Kindle, Nook, Apple Books, the print copy. It downloads all of them like pretty quick too. And then it puts them all in its own little file. And within the file are all those separate files. So I love that. So I will generate, because it doesn't take long to generate, I will, when I do like a lot of changes or I've done several, I'll generate and then I'll go make sure it looks okay. And then I'll go back and tinker and vellum again. And because I can always regenerate, it just switches out the copies. So I do like that part. You don't have to worry about downloading and making sure that things are formatted for the right device. Got busy, but I got 453 in 15 minutes. Whew. Man, you were really trekking there. You were getting a lot done. Ooh, yeah. Gotta love one-liners. Same. Save those gems for later. Girl, I am. I've had some good ones, and it truly is. I am not nearly this cool with when it comes to some of these one-liners. This character is just really he's just that kind. He's smooth and he's very charismatic and charming. I'm not. So it's definitely just me channeling his personality, and that's why I'm coming up with so many of them, but I'm definitely saving them for later. They're so good. I guess we should get to another sprint, shouldn't we? All right, so we will move on to sprint number 2. Don't forget to like the video below and subscribe if you're not. I post usually 3 videos a week. A vlog goes up every Sunday. If you haven't checked the vlog out yet, go check it out, because that's where I was working on. I filmed the process of me doing the final edits, talking about the cover a little bit. So that's all in this week's vlog. And I always post a video on Wednesdays. This next Wednesday will be like the recap of March. So it's not one of my really fun videos, but I do have some really fun ones planned. I have another TikTok video planned for the end of April. So I need to get started on that pretty soon because I think it's going to take me a little bit more work than maybe I anticipate. I'm just going to try to do as many TikTok things as I can, but make sure that you check out my YouTube channel if you never have, because I do post quite a bit of content these days. Okay, so we have 20 minutes up. We were on to sprint number 2 of 3. So let's see how far we can get. Ready, set, go. All right. So I just regenerated and looked at the paperback copy, and I haven't added the sneak peek yet to Shade of the Shadowlands, but without the sneak peek, Shade of the Shadowlands is only 9 pages different than Guardians of the Sixth Gate. So they are about the same book, about the same size. So that was kind of a fun detail. Yes. I also had to reteach myself how to download the cover design. I had to figure out how to download the cover design again from Readsy because that was a whole thing. But I got it downloaded and I couldn't tell you how I did it. I just somehow did. So managed to do that, but I got all my links in. I got a lot of things done. I pretty much am down to just taking a look at the sneak peek. So I think I'm going to do that with book 3 and see what I can get in there. It's fine if it's not a final draft. I want it to be, I want like the grammar to be good, but if chapter 1 changes between now and publication, that would be okay. If it changes a little bit. I don't foresee it changing very much. I like where it starts. I think it'll be the same. So how did everybody else, how'd everyone else do? That's close. Oh my gosh. About 580 words for Jen in sprint number 2. Wow. That's good. Woo. Good for you, Jen. That's a pretty good chunk of words for a 20-minute sprint. Wow. Well, I'm feeling really good. I had to kind of remind myself what goes where in places here in my formatting. I tried to put the cover design where my logo normally goes, so I didn't realize that until after I generated the whole thing. But feeling pretty good. Once I get, now I'm kind of like picking through to see where everything is. Yeah. So I'm pretty much done with formatting aside from putting in the sneak peek. And once I get that done, the only thing that I'll have to do as far as like finalizing stuff for the interior is I'm going to scroll through all the pages just to make sure there's nothing missing. I also need to add on my on my copyright, I like to include the ISBN for the paperback and the ebook copies. So I'll do that. Even though my ebook is exclusive from Amazon, I still associate an ISBN with it just in case I decide to unenroll from Kindle Unlimited and I want to push the ebook wide, then I would have that. So I always associate my own ISBN there, just in case I end up going wide with it later, which I might do. I don't know. I like doing Kindle Unlimited right now. What do you guys think? Do any of you read on Kindle Unlimited? Are you subscribers? I am an Audible subscriber. But I'll include those numbers on my copyright. But funnily enough, I use Bowker, the My Identifiers site, and it is down for maintenance today. Earlier today, I couldn't access their site at all. And I tried before we hopped on the stream, and it actually said that they're down for maintenance. So I'm gonna have to come back another time. Oh my goodness. Tyler is killing the game. 535. Oh, there's Tyler's messages. 303, feeling pretty burnt out. I've written like, whoa, 1,900 words today. That's a good count though. Running out of juice. I was starting to feel that way a little this week also. I think I'm carrying quite the mental load the last 2 weeks, and I think I needed like a reset. I kind of needed to just sit for the day. And so I didn't do a whole lot. I did the editing. So I finished editing this morning, and I decided instead of just going ahead and doing the formatting, because I knew it wouldn't take me long, I decided I'd just do that tonight with you guys. So I took the afternoon for myself, which was nice. Watched many a YouTube video, did some laundry, which I need to double check. Might need to go through the dryer again. And I did dishes. It was nice, but mostly I sat. I think I really needed that. It's been a lot. So I feel ya. Jen says it's pretty cool to see your book together. It's so cool. This is my favorite part because it starts to feel like a real thing, because all of the pages on vellum, they look exactly like what they'll look like in the print copy and the ebook copy. And I mean, when you generate them, you get the ebook copy. It is so cool to me, just to see all of that come together. That's like my favorite part. That and the cover, because then it really feels like a real book. Yes, great job, everybody. You guys are so kind. This is my favorite part about doing writing sprints, is the community that we build in the comments. That's why I like to jump on other people's writing streams, because it's fun to just chat with people in the comments, see what everybody else is working on. It's also come in handy sometimes when I have questions or I'm stuck. Sometimes people can help me get out of that. We are Kindle Unlimited subscribers, and I've been using it pretty often. Oh, well, that's great. I used to do a lot of Kindle ebooks, but now that I have a house, I just love the look of really full bookshelves. So I tend to just go to our local bookstore, a little indie bookstore, and buy from them, and put them on my shelves. But sometimes I'll check out an ebook through our library. But I've never, since they've opened that up, Kindle Unlimited, I've never tried it. So I've always wondered. I imagine it's very similar to Audible, though, where you get like a credit a month, and you can like keep them. So if you don't use it for that month, it just stays there. I'm a little behind on my Audible credits, but I do audiobooks. I tend to pick like easier to follow books to listen to on Audible. I did do A Court of Thorns and Roses through Audible, the whole series, and wow. It was kind of interesting listening to that while I was out on my runs running by people. That was a little bit strange, but usually I pick fluffy romances or something because they're easier to keep track of while I'm doing things. But I've never tried Kindle Unlimited. I've always wondered. Jen says, puts a little smiley face in the comments. Oh my goodness. It is 9:30. Typically we try to wrap up by 10, or I try to wrap up by 10 because I'm getting kind of tired. So I think that we go ahead and jump straight into the third sprint. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, you can do that at amyprokopis.com. I just sent that out yesterday. So if you get it, then you know everything that I'm working on for the month. You know what I'm writing. You have kind of an idea what's coming to Patreon for those of you that might subscribe there. And you also get the whole agenda for my YouTube videos. And I am excited about some of those. So if you haven't seen that, you missed the April newsletter, but you could get on board and catch the next month. And newsletter and Patreon subscribers will get the cover of Shade of the Shadowlands before I post it on social media. So Patreon members will get it extra early. I'm getting ready to take a look at when I want to send that to them, and then it'll go through newsletter, so on and so forth. So go check out those places. You can also read books that I've already written and have not yet published on Patreon. So fun. Let's reset the timer here and put that up. We're going to do one more 20-minute sprint for the night. Jen says, so exciting. I am really excited about a couple of them. I think I'm going to make myself look a fool, but it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. All right. We always keep things real on here, or I try to. I never wear makeup on the Sunday streams, so we're pretty um unfiltered. Okay. We have 20 minutes on the clock. I am going to start wrapping things up. So for this sprint, I'm going to take a look at book 3, chapter 1. I won't put the whole chapter in the sneak peek, but I'll put the first couple pages. So I might get to insert that. And if not, then I'm going to end up doing some editing. So that's what I will work on for our final sprint. So we have 20 minutes up, and 1, 2, 3, go. Alrighty. Tyler had to go, but she said she wrote 53 words, but had to go for dinner. So Tyler is here. Thanks for joining, Tyler. I finished a little early actually. So I was able to put in my sneak peek for chapter 1. I also realized that I misspelled peak in book 1. I used peak like mountain peak, not peak like peak. So, oops. Um but it's okay. At least it wasn't the actual like book, right? Right. It's a rough draft anyway. It's fine. So, fix that for book 2. But I was able to get that in and I regenerated the version and it is still about 9 pages difference. So, it's going to be about this big. I'm so excited for everybody to get a look at the cover for Shade of the Shadowlands. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I can't wait to see the paperback version of it because for me, that's when things really feel like when I can physically hold it in my hands. That's totally different than like having the ebook version. Um, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Once I do the cover reveal, that's when I think that I will put up pre-orders. I'll put that up on Amazon so you can pre-order the ebook. I would like to do paperback pre-orders. I've never done the paperback pre-orders though. But I would like to do those. So I'll have to look into more of that. But as soon as I release what the cover looks like, then all the pre-orders will go live. So super, super exciting. Still so much to do, but not nearly as much. We're almost to the point where it's pretty hands off. Peak. That one gets me too. Ah, if only. I wish I had gotten it right. Oh well. It's definitely not the only typo in the book. I you know how it goes. You go through, you comb through the book, you've looked through it so many times, you've had a professional look through it so many times, and there's still a typo in there. It happens every time. Jen says, I'm going to try to do paperback pre-orders with Ingram the second I have my covers. That's what I was planning to do, was do them through Ingram. I've never done it through Ingram. Pre-orders, that is. I do publish my paperbacks through Ingram. I used to have my ebook there, and then I pulled it when I went to Kindle Unlimited, but I still have the ISBNs and everything. So maybe in the future, we'll see. Maybe in the future we'll go back wide with the ebook, but right now it's actually been a pretty good decision business-wise for me to be in Kindle Unlimited, so I'm pretty happy with that for the time being. But I will also be looking into Ingram Sparks paperback pre-orders. Ending the stream at 1,800 words, did some copy pasting at the end there from the previous draft. Hey, that is pretty good for a stream. That's a good chunk of work. Yeah. So, what do I still have left to do? Oh, I need to set up next week's stream. We will most definitely be going live just like we typically do every single Sunday. So we'll go live next week. That's the 9th. So I'll get that up and I'll get that scheduled once we hop off here together. But I think that's it. It's 10 o'clock now. It's 10:03. Usually we've wrapped up by 10. I think this is the longest we've gone in a while. There's just been a lot of things that we've been talking about. I need to finish planning my week with the iPad, putting together my to-do list for the week. But I think I'm about ready to go get ready for bed and go to sleep. I've been staying up much too late trying to do a lot of this work and get things done as much as I can. So I think I'm about ready to go to bed, guys. I can't wait to get a proof of my book. Ooh, I love getting the proof. So when I did the arena, I got a proof copy of the paperback and the hardback from all the places that I had them. I haven't done a hardback since, but I did a hardback version for the Arena. If I was Amazon exclusive, then I might do the hardback again, but then I'd still have to pay to have the cover designer do the hardback, so maybe not. I am thinking of doing a hardback for Winter Witches, if I can figure that out. I think I can. So if I do end up doing the cover by myself for that book, I think that I may do a hardcover edition just because I think it'd be really fun. I don't know. I'm toying with the idea. I may just do an ebook and a paperback, and I might do like an Amazon exclusive book, like 3-in-1 instead, and do like a fun cover for the hardcover. I don't know. But it really is super, super fun to have the proof copy in your hands. The second I have my cover in my hand, I'm ordering it. Yes. Yes, I always do too, immediately. Hardcovers are cool. I never really thought of doing one though. Yeah, I think if I do another hardcover, it will probably be an Amazon exclusive, and it will probably be like a whole series in one. Like if I did one, I can't imagine what the cover would look like, but it would be like all of the Guardians of the Sixth Gate series in one book, maybe like an anniversary edition. I don't know. But even then, I don't know if I would do that. You could definitely keep it cheaper if you were Amazon exclusive though. Well, I'm starting to fade a little. So I think that we are going to end our stream here. Jen says, yes, maybe it could be a really cool special edition. That's kind of what I thought. So I'm still toying with the idea. I think I'm a ways away from a special edition though, like that. But I think we're going to end things here. I really am starting to fade fast. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope to see you guys again next week at 8:20. That's April 9th. I'm going to get that scheduled. And I have some fun videos coming this week and lots of things ahead because we'll be doing the cover reveal super soon. So make sure that you're following me on social media so you don't miss the date for that because I'm getting ready to officially plan when I will reveal that. So until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.